Welcome everybody to Northern Knives. My name is Chad, and today we are checking out the best freaking Osborne in the world.
Or fake.
The cow,
Or fakes.
or the auto, or the fake one. Which one are we doing?
I don't know. I think
All right, we're doing a fake comparison here.
And knife drop.
Now it's off to you.
Okay, so who wants to do?
So we're going over a comparison of the
90
eBay special.
9400, not eBay.
First of all, this foam is off.
Way wrong. Way wrong.
The blue is off.
That color is off.
This
yeah.
is off. The box is off.
Is the number off
think
or is
the-
the number correct?
The bag is
The
pretty
bag is.
good.
I looked at the. So we have a. So one thing I noticed today is we have a fake bug out 535-3. Is that right? Carbon fiber one. And you could hold the bag up and see light through it. That was a dead giveaway. But this blue, I don't know why
It's so light.
they cannot get this Benchmade blue right.
Somebody
it's never right.
colorblind.
And also, what's up?
Somebody's colorblind.
Somebody colorblind. And also, these should not be this flexy. These should be hard cardstock. They should be very. You shouldn't
should
be able to
call
do
China
this with it.
and
You know what I
let
mean?
them know.
Yeah. And then, well, then, I mean, this is kind of obvious. The video's over.
Yeah.
So.
But basically how we found it is on eBay or Wish. You find something that in the picture.
We don't order from Wish and we don't order from eBay.
Where did you guys get it?
I don't tell because I don't want to push people that direction. So I don't
Just
tell. I
online.
don't tell where I get these, but you get them online.
We'll call it the eBay special just for fun.
Yeah, exactly. That's fine. But what we do is look at the pictures and get a real one. And if you can't tell it's fake in the pictures, then we order it. And then when it shows up, then we figure out how to tell if it's fake. So when this one showed up, the first thing that sticks out to me is number one,
The color.
The color is trash.
It's almost like
This is like
metal flag?
This is OD and this is like British racing grain.
So I've had mine for quite a few years now.
Oh yeah, bring out the cow.
Well, just to compare worn out coloring on Osborne,
But even then,
it's
still,
not as shiny as that.
Exactly.
cow.
So, and the button is obviously wrong. The pivot is obviously wrong.
The shape overall.
The overall shape. Look at the blade's bigger on the fake.
If you line the two up, the blade.
See, look how look at that blade difference. I mean, that's ridiculous.
I mean, if you're looking at it without another one to compare to, one of the big
That's
ones,
true.
unless it's an OG Benchmade, old as fuck, the logo should be extremely clear regardless of light and angle, and it'll be black. It won't be this faded kind of gray burn-in.
And also, if you look at the pivot, look how small the pivot screw is compared to the surround, where how big the pivot screw is with the smaller surround here, and how little the button is compared to. So this is like a Gen 1 AFO button or a Gen 1 striker button, and this is like this is the best Chinese comparison that they could have to that.
They at least machined the end of it.
So we didn't take this apart, but I did. We didn't take it apart, but I did Rockwell it. And anybody want a drum roll, or does anybody want to guess what the Rockwell was on the fake?
47.
Yeah, I already saw what it was.
It was 43. So this Rockwell at 43.
So it's not tempered at all.
But it's S30.
I mean, oh my god, of course it is. So so this Rockwell at 43, which is basically if you showed S30 to a campfire, you'd get 43 out of S30. It's so ridiculously shitty. And the grind is all wrong. The blade is ridiculous. The clip isn't even
Screw
close.
doesn't come all the way through on the.
Yeah,
yellow
exactly.
one.
The backside, the clip, the screw shows through.
Also, please don't ever take an auto Osborne apart because they are a pain to get back together.
The reason we're not taking this apart on camera is because they're a pain in the ass. And even the lock button is completely different.
Yeah, it's not even the same.
I like
Even
how
the-
it's unlocked right now, and you got that little bit of a gap there still. You press forward and
Well, and look how thin the backspacer is, which is how it's a little bit thicker over here. It's almost double the size
And
over
it's
here.
purple, not pink.
Yeah. I mean, it's just this thing is. I am
pretty
surprised for all the fakes we buy. There are some of them that are pretty good. ZTs and Spydercos are the scariest fakes because they are so fucking hard.
I feel like
to
they've
tell
been
the
doing
difference.
them for longer though too.
That's true, but this is ridiculous. I mean, I wish that blade difference is so. It's such a dead giveaway.
It might come out on that camera, but as you have
If
these
you do it
guys
sideways?
up, how this guy kind of points upwards.
Oh yeah, look at that. I mean, if you could see that on camera, look how high that is. That's ridiculous.
It's super proud.
It's not even close.
It's proud.
Okay.
All right, so if you want a fake 940 that is about as useful as some mashed up tinfoil,
9400.
then you can get that. Oh, what'd I say?
940.
Ah,
I mean, for consumer advice, obviously the big ones to look out for is that the logo on your knives, on Benchmades, will be black. It won't be this weird faded out kind of etched thing that they have going on a lot of the fakes.
yeah.
The buttons will actually have like real texturing and machining to them, not
Well,
just a fancy pattern.
These are graduated,
Yeah.
which they've obviously designed this off of a picture, so they tried to make it look graduated, but it's not actually graduated, so they just machined lines into it.
I mean, if you tried to say the one thing to look out for is the knife itself. Everything about this knife is off. From
Everything.
the screws to the screw holes to the blade to the way the blade sits.
I mean,
to the
at-
Just try to
handle.
do some consumer advice.
At 43 on the Rockwell scale, I wouldn't even dignify it with calling it a knife. It's a replica of a knife. This isn't a knife. 43 on the Rockwell scale is, I mean, Jesus Christ, you might as well buy a knife back in the 1920s. That is ridiculous. I mean, they were getting into the mid 50s in the Rockwell scale by the mid 50s. You know what I mean? Like when 440C was getting into the mid 50s on the Rockwell scale. For this to show up at 43 is just, I mean, it's beyond ridiculous.
With
It's
the
not worth it at all.
the finish on the blade, is this the only finish they have, or do they have
They do
a
a
tumble?
black. They do a black.
They do
blade.
black.
But they don't have a tumbled.
No.
No, they do
this
it- they
is
do a satin.
technically Stone wash.
Oh, it's
They
so
call it
shiny.
satin. Yeah.
It's a nice shiny.
They call it
well, this
satin.
is
So they do
muted.
satin and black, but this is, I mean, so much, which is probably part of the problem with their lasering. I wonder if they laser it before they tumble it, because, I mean, I don't know how you could be so bad at lasering it.
Minus the dents where we Rockwelled it.
Well, I mean, I didn't want to take it apart because fuck that. This
Yeah.
is gonna be a bitch to put back
If
together.
the internals are the same, it takes 3 hands to get this back together.
Yeah, it's a pain in
So
the
I've
ass.
heard.
I
Or
wanna see
or
the
a
jig.
puck. Yeah, but Benchmade has a thing called a puck that they use.
I wouldn't
And
even
it-
know. I wouldn't. There's like 3 springs inside,
Yeah.
and it's the worst.
So in short, and you can get this if you want, but it's just jewelry. It's not functional. I mean it is.
Practice sharpening your
It
knife.
is the highest order POS we have had, and we've had a lot of fakes, and this is probably one of the worst.